Throughout the year, they receive grains like rice, maize, wheat, and millet when they provide or repair farming tools used daily in villages, such as sickles, plows, vessels, and hoes. However, the grains collected this way are often not enough to sustain them even for 3 months. Consequently, most young people in this community have turned to other professions. Today, only a few people continue the RN profession in a fragmented manner.
International news coming up next. For now, a short break. A fire at a nursing home in the city of Manado on Indonesia's Sulawesi island has killed 16 persons. According to police, a fire in the single-story house started on Sunday evening while the residents were asleep. The bodies of the victims were taken to a hospital for identification with the assistance of their families. Local residents helped with the evacuation of the nursing home occupants, while around 6 fire engines were quickly deployed to extinguish the blaze. There are 15 survivors who are being treated at 2 hospitals in Manado. An initial police report said an electrical fault caused the fire, but officials later said the cause was still under investigation. US President Donald Trump and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky have said progress had been made to end the Ukraine war during Florida talks, but the US leader added 1 or 2 very thorny issues remained. While both the US and Ukrainian presidents described the talks as great, Trump reiterated that a key sticking point was the question of territory. Russia has previously demanded that Ukraine hand over more land. Addressing reporters at Mar-a-Lago, Zelensky said they had come to an agreement on 90% of a 20-point peace plan, while Trump said a security guarantee for Ukraine was close to 95% done. Zelensky later said US and Ukrainian teams would meet next week for further talks on issues aimed at ending Russia's nearly 4-year war in Ukraine. Multiple forces of the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army PLA started drills code named Justice Mission 2025 around Taiwan Island on Monday. According to Shi Yi, spokesperson for the Theater Command, the PLA Eastern Theater Command is dispatching its Army, Navy, Air Force and Rocket Force troops to conduct drills named Justice Mission 2025 in the Taiwan Strait and areas to the north, southwest, southeast and east of Taiwan Island starting December 29. The drills will focus on subjects of sea-air combat readiness patrol, joint seizure of comprehensive superiority, blockade on key ports and areas, as well as all-dimensional deterrence outside the island chain. North Korea test-fired 2 strategic long-range cruise missiles, state media reported, hailing the exercise as a show of combat readiness against foreign threats. Leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the drill staged Sunday over the Yellow Sea to the west of Korean peninsula and called for unlimited and sustained development of his nuclear weapons forces. Kim reportedly called for the unlimited and sustained development of North Korea's nuclear weapons forces, signaling continued emphasis on military modernization amid regional tensions. China's top diplomat Wang Yi hosted foreign ministers of Cambodia and Thailand for talks in southwestern Yunnan province after the 2 neighbors agreed on a ceasefire, halting weeks of border clashes. The discussions focused on maintaining ceasefire, preventing further escalation, and promoting peaceful border management. Chinese officials described the meeting as part of Beijing's broader efforts to support stability in the region and mediate disputes among its Southeast Asian neighbors. In the meantime, Thailand's army has accused Cambodia of breaching a newly signed ceasefire deal reached after weeks of deadly clashes that forced nearly 1 million people from their homes. The Thai army said that more than 250 unmanned aerial vehicles were detected flying from the Cambodian side on Sunday night. We'll go for another break here. More international news and sports update coming up next. In India's Uttar Pradesh, around 200 people have been administered rabies vaccinations after consuming a dairy product made from the milk of a buffalo bitten by a dog. The incident occurred during a recent funeral ceremony where guests were served raita prepared from the buffalo's milk. The dog that had bitten the buffalo later died, raising concerns in the village. Local health officials say the vaccinations were given as a precautionary measure to all participants, and the entire village is on alert to prevent potential spread of the disease. Globally, India accounts for 36% of rabies-related deaths. While precise figures are not available, the World Health Organization estimates that between 18,000 and 20,000 people die from rabies in India each year. Now, INSV Kaundinya, the Indian Navy's first-stitched sailing vessel, built using traditional techniques, has embarked on its maiden overseas voyage to Oman. The initiative reflects India's efforts to rediscover and revive indigenous knowledge systems, particularly in traditional shipbuilding. Inspired by ancient Indian maritime practices, the vessel has been constructed using stitched plank techniques, once common in the Indian Ocean region. Almost 2 months into their mission, the Shenzhou 21 crew have been smoothly pushing for experiments in multiple domains aboard China's Tiangong space station. China launched the Shenzhou 21 crewed spaceship on November 1, sending 3 astronauts to its orbiting space station on a 6-month mission. The Shenzhou 21 crew consists of mission commander Zhang Lu and astronauts Wu Fei and Zhang Hongzhang. These 3 astronauts serve as space pilot, flight engineer and payload specialist, representing all 3 categories of Chinese astronauts currently being applied in the country's space endeavors. Now, a zoo just north of Tokyo has presided over a humorous ceremony to mark the approaching change of Chinese zodiac signs with the actual presence of a python and a pony. The symbol for 2025 is the snake, while that for 2026 is the horse. The facility in the town of Miyashiro, Saitama Prefecture, annually holds such a transfer event around this time of the year by showcasing relevant animals it keeps. It hopes the occasion will help make the coming year a brighter one. During Sunday's ceremony, the zoo presented a Burmese python and a pony in front of a golden folding screen. Time now for sports update. Ousmane Dembele scooped up the Best Men's Player accolade at the Globe Soccer Awards in Dubai, with the PSG winger beating out Kylian Mbappe, Rafinha, Vitinha and Lamine Yamal. Dembele capped a stunning year that included winning the Ballon d'Or in September for a superb season with PSG, highlighted by the Ligue 1's club's first UEFA Champions League title. Barcelona teen sensation Yamal claimed 3 prizes: Best Forward, Best Under-23 Player in La Liga and the Maradona Award. Cristiano Ronaldo, who was awarded Best Middle East Player at the Globe Soccer Awards, said his passion for the game remains undimmed and that he is still motivated to reach his target of 1,000 career goals. Ivory Coast and Cameroon drew 1-1 in their Africa Cup of Nations group stage match, leaving both sides satisfied with the result. The game, marked by tight defense and quick counter-attacks, saw each team score once, preventing either from taking full control of the group standings. After the match, coaches from both teams told reporters they were pleased with their sides' performances, highlighting disciplined play and key contributions from individual players. The draw keeps both teams in contention for advancement to the knockout rounds, setting up crucial upcoming matches as the tournament progresses. Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Political parties begin submitting closed lists under proportional representation system for Nepal's 2082 House elections. Former Home Minister submits written statement to probe commission, denies ordering force during September Gen Z protests. Prolonged cold wave disrupts daily life in Nepal's Madhesh region. Vulnerable communities await relief. Deadly fire at Manado nursing home in Indonesia claims 16 lives, 15 survivors hospitalized. US and Ukrainian presidents report major achievements in peace talks. Key disputes, however, persist. And Ousmane Dembele wins Best Men's Player at the Global Soccer Awards, surpasses Mbappe and other top stars. That is all for the moment here on NTV World Prime Time News. Our next bulletin will be at 2200 hours Nepal time. Do join us through our social media and get the latest update from our official website, nepaltelevision.com. I'm Sarah Sapsanamarai. Thank you for staying with us. Have a wonderful evening ahead.
Welcome to the studios of NTV World in Kathmandu. Public Service Broadcasting PSB Nepal's new initiative to make Nepal more visible and audible to the global audience. Welcome on board.
This is NTV World, facts that speak, insights that matter.
Telling the stories of a changing planet. NTV World, Nepal's perspective to the world.
Exploring the heartbeat of Nepali creativity. This is NTV World.
The power of story shaped by technology. NTV World.
Unearthing Nepal's hidden heritage. Discovering the timeless Nepal.
Telling stories that endure across centuries.
Where culture breathes, stories bloom. When the world moves, we make a sense of it. NTV World.
Taste of Nepal. Every recipe, every flavor tells the story.
Journalism in the digital